Coming to you live once again. I'm on my way home from the library. It's 15 hours, 48 minutes. Tuesday, November 19th on 2019. I'm feeling good right now, so I want to do another one for you. And think about this. Who do you allow to captivate you? That's the title for this one. Who is... think about that. Who else? Who is captivating you? Why I asked that, I was just sitting there filling out applications and doing different things. And I had thought about that. Who was captivating me during my time of hurt? Who was I receiving education from? Where was I? It's similar to where I got my information from, where my knowledge comes from, but in the other idea of it, this is a separate part, because I can easily listen to somebody talk, right? Hear all their viewpoints and what they know, or I can go study. So I remember when I first heard about the Illuminati, my mind and my spirit already knew that all that meant is the children of the light. Then the woman had told me something. Nothing to do with this, a woman. Just she said it because we was talking and she was trying to date me, and I think we went to school together. She told me what it meant, what it is, what it all surrounded it is. And then I took my toe and said, okay, I'm going to Google it. Google gave me a source. So as I learned, this is a good tip if you're a studier. If I give you a number, the Census Bureau said in 2019, this is the highest rate for African Descendant Men to complete school and get a college degree. What would you go search? Well, what you're going to do is you heard it from the Census Bureau. And usually the Census Bureau have no agenda. See what I'm saying? But if you got it from the FBI report, the survey report, there's an agenda. You see how that varies? See how that changes? And nobody talks about that. One moment. How you doing?
Duck habitat. Do the way this one and I did it yesterday. Yesterday? No. Oh, you could do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Crazy white guys. Because the water is frozen. They about to throw a log in there. They want to see how frozen, I guess, the water was. Our water temperature is cold, but it's not that cold. So I'm kind of shocked to look the way up myself. So, the information received, and this is what I learned. I had to go out and say, okay, how did they get this number? So let's do something that we all love. Since I'm an African Descendant Man, we're the most demonized men in the earth. Don't matter what Middle Eastern doing out there, blowing each other up. And we got the thing, black on black crime, black on white, we don't talk about no other crime. Let's talk about our crime rate, which is stupid. Which I was just listening, so that's a good way to go about it. So, you're telling me we have the most crimes and we have the highest rate of homicide. But what they don't tell you is, where's the information coming from? I live in Amherst, New York, and I was born in Buffalo. No, that's not far. That's right across from each other. And so what they do is, when there is a crime and it's associated to inner city Buffalo, it's documented. There was a murder about 3 weeks ago in Amherst. It was more, but this is the one I know for factual, and I seen it, and I seen the outline, I seen the police. They had to report it because this one was a major one. It caused an uproar. It wasn't able to hide it. But what they all learned real quick is they had to put it in a certain category. See, you got to know that. If you didn't know that, and if I tell you that we do have the higher percent, but they don't say that white men kill white men. They just talking about me and you. They trying to show a report that fits them or fit their, there we go, agenda. See what happened? See, the report didn't fit my rapport. One moment. So the report didn't fit my rapport. Why? Because that's what they wanted you to show you. So if you look back and you start thinking about, so me, I told you I'm single. Okay. What I do looking, and I tell you my field is military background, and I've done customer service out of 37 years of my life for 12 years. I've been in a leadership position for 2 years, or maybe my whole 5 years in military. I've done the federal job for 5 years. That was my military time, including the time I worked at this other job. It was customer service, but it was federal. So you tack on maybe 6 months to that. So 5 years, 6 months to being a federal job. And I've done security for a cumulative for 6 years as well. So I have a background, a little bit of everything. And also I've done other things. So if you wanted to know the agenda, you got to get all of the information. So that's why I want us to be mindful of the topics, the discussion. If the discussion don't fit me, I don't sit there. I follow, I listen to the brothers that do information, technology, and they do everything, but they live in that world. See, I don't live in that world unless I work for myself. I have done that, but my works right now is to sustain myself, and so as I get older, I'm able to enjoy life, to have fun. I learn how to work the stock. Basically, I have an investment vehicle going, and it's for me. It's not for nobody else. Now, if somebody else come along, we add on together. That's why it's called help me. That's what equally yoked to me means. Somebody that comes to your team or a partnership, and you work together for you two to be at your best. And there's no agenda. It's easily. Now, I'm not married or nothing. I can easily spot a woman that's not coming for me. If you have to show, this is from my experience, more than the average man to show her beginning. My first date, I'm not gonna call them dates. I don't do dates. I do hangouts. I do meet and greet. I do everything because I learned that certain things is expected. Well, if you want to call it a date, then that put all the ownership on me when I barely know her. One moment. They put all the ownership on me when I barely know her. Why? I ask you brothers, why do you have ownership of the outcome of something that she still have to make a decision upon after leaving your presence? And then, not being funny, we're in an era where a woman will go out with you and then she won't talk to you no more. She'll say things about you. You just paid for her to eat. You treated her good. And she'll have something negative. She's looking for a certain thing, but she won't say it. She can stop, don't want you no more. And you just spent your money. See, that's what I'm saying. What is her agenda? So remember, people you hanging out with, even guy friends, female friends, they got an agenda. It's for you to discern and pay attention. See, we talk about pay attention because it makes us money. Well, pay attention so you don't lose money. See, because you would know if a woman interested, she does certain things. There's no ifs, ands. You don't have a woman. If a woman wants to do it for you, she will do it for you, point blank. You don't have to explain nothing to her unless she's inquiring about situations you may be in, or the type of person you are, or who you are. But again, you got to remember, now, this is one thing I think what brought me into almost sounding negative. What is my agenda? My aim is, when I go for this job, what's my agenda? To look the best way I possibly can, doing it comfortably and being honest as I can. That's just me. I don't have to lie about things because, you know what, I already lived my life that way. I don't live my life in a way where I have to fabricate, lie, create, build up, make up, basically put on a different face, a different character or attitude just to show. One moment. How you doing? But I learned that that's what some people do. If I was able, a coach, a self-promotion coach, or a person's coach, or a people person coach, I would say be yourself. Now, I would say to this person, what about you that you don't want people to see? See, a lot of people are good at that until it's time to show their true colors. Like, they say such as, action speaks louder than words. Do it? Do it. No, it don't. It never did. I never took that inclination to say, that person's words didn't mean nothing, but their actions meant more. I don't care. You can say you love me or care about me through a show. No, I don't want you to spend your money on me. I at least expect the most simplest thing you can do. If I call you, can you give me a courtesy? Saying I can't get to the phone? Or when I sometime later, not too far along, give me a mention back? But no, I don't get that. It's as if you, and I learned this, fellas, this is the truth, and we going into 2020, women do respond better to men that make a certain income. If you make a certain income amount, they respond to you differently. But because we are no longer, and here we go again with the genders who you're watching. I see all these different things about women and how us as the same race men are not that great. But they'll go to a channel that say only a one race of a man is not great. And they'll highlight all his faults. But then they'll highlight all the other men's greatness. So, but they don't highlight their faults whatsoever. But then they get into the notion, when somebody do have a question, then it was like, well, you avoid them this way. But it's no clear-cut way how to avoid a person that's going to use you. But if through your experiences, that's why I say, be mindful of these agendas. Through your experiences and people you are with and people you are around, you can pick up on after a while. It got nothing to do with race. If a man want to take care of his woman and treat her good and be good by her, be his best he can be, he's going to do that. Nothing's going to stop him from doing that. It ain't got nothing to do with how much money he make. It ain't got nothing to do with how much little money he make. It's all in the man, the character of that man. So, what I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. Shalom.